Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Golf Hall of Fame's Moments That Matter after show. And we are joined by the great Mr. Larry Nelson, two-time PGA Championship winner and 2006 Hall of Fame inductee. Larry, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's always good to talk to you, but via video, it seems to be a little bit nicer almost here.
Oh, gee, yeah, we keep the distance. We just got to flip open the laptop, get it done.
Hey, no problem. Yes.
So how's it feel now? We're here at PGA Championship week, and there's not going to be any fans. What kind of difference would that have made for you, if at all?
I don't know that it would have made a lot of difference. Coming down the 18th hole on Sunday, I certainly enjoyed both of the PGAs that I won because of the crowds around there. And you have that walk, I guess, after you hit your last shot into the green. You kind of enjoy that walk. A lot of friends and fans or whatever, and so that part I think would be missed. But the competition, the 71 holes you play out there, I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah. So when preparing, which one's sweeter when you look back at them? Do you love your first or second child? Are they equal there?
I think they're equal. I think the anticipation with my first one was probably a little bit more than my second one because we knew that the second one was a boy. And because of the C-section my wife had, we knew exactly what time it was going to be born. So it was quite a bit different.
Now, this week on Moments That Matter, we talked about great letters that different golfers received from Arnold Palmer. And you had a mailogram that you said sits up there on the top of your Mount Rushmore, all your accomplishments. Talk to us about how did you receive it, and what was it like reading that for the first time?
Well, we got it, of course, in an envelope and didn't know exactly who it was from until we actually opened it up. And seeing that it was from Arnold, it got my attention really pretty quick. Yeah. And he just said some of the nicest things. And I think the thing that I remember the most was the fact that he said, let me have one of your two. Since I never had an opportunity to win the PGA. But I spent a lot of time with Arnold after that. He and I actually played in the team championship down in Disney 2 years. And to be able to go around with him for 8 days competitively and to watch him and how he acknowledged the fans and just it was a great experience. So to be able to get that letter from him meant a lot. He was the first golfer I ever knew since I didn't grow up playing golf. And so everybody knew Arnold if they didn't know anybody else. So for me to later on to actually become a friend of his was just unbelievable.
Now, take us into that. 20 years old, you get drafted to the Vietnam War. You're freshly married at that point. What's going through your head, and how did the game of golf come into your life?
Well, what went in my head was I just wanted to get back from Vietnam. I mean, that was the biggest thing. We had a lot of energy, a lot of soldiers killed and wounded during that time, and so that was my primary goal, is just to come back. And I didn't start playing golf until a couple of years after I got back from Vietnam, and just kind of by happen chance, some of the members said, "Well, why don't you go try to play?" And so 5 of them got together. They sponsored me to send me down on mini tours. I qualified for the tour, and just seemed to get better every year. So golf was never on my radar when I was growing up. I wanted to play baseball.
Is that a lifetime baseball player?
Well, I loved baseball. From the time I was 4 years old, I played some kind of organized baseball. And even when I was in Fort Hood, Texas, they would send a helicopter out in the field out in Fort Hood, put me on the helicopter, bring me back in, let me pitch a ball game, and then take me right back out for training. So I just loved baseball.
That beats a bullpen card any day.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Wow. So when you were in Vietnam, were you guys, hitting balls at all?
No, I was carrying an M16 in the jungles and rice paddies. I had no opportunity to play golf. And actually, when I was taking basic training in Fort Hood, a friend of mine, one of my best friends there, played golf for Miami-Dade Junior College. And I had never played golf before. So coming back, when I got back from Vietnam after I finished school, I just said, well, maybe I can take that up because my wife didn't get home till 6 every afternoon. So I didn't have anything to do. So I spent all my time on the golf course. So for that 6 to 8 months there, I improved very rapidly. So.
Jeez. Now, when you were over in Vietnam and then coming home now back to the States, what did you have a new perception on freedom and what it meant to you?
Well, not only a new perception on freedom, but um, everybody who doesn't like this country needs to go spend some time somewhere else to see how great this country is. Somebody asked me, "What were you thinking about when you're in Vietnam? What was something that you really wanted to do when you got back?" And I said, I wanted a McDonald's cheeseburger and a chocolate milkshake and the French fries. That was, we think when you're gone and when you're away. My wife didn't like that, by the way. So when you're gone, you don't know. You think of things that were, things that were fun to do. What got your attention and all that kind of stuff. And so when I got back, I really appreciated a little bit more everything that I was able to do. When you're talking about freedom, when I got back, I had to go back to school. I got out of Vietnam so I could go back to school early. So I finished school. I was going to school, but I had to work too. I was working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week at Lockheed and going to school at night. So I didn't have a whole lot of freedom for a while, but there were a lot of things I was able to enjoy that I certainly wasn't able to enjoy when I was in Vietnam.
And when you come back, what's it like you talked about, the simple things, the first time you saw a baseball field and then, getting to be around friends and family, what kind of weight comes off your shoulders when you land back here?
Well, it's a huge weight because, somebody's not shooting at you and you're not having to watch every step you take, when you're walking. So I guess that there's a lot of freedom there that, you can just walk around and you're safe. You don't, so I think that part of it, there was a whole lot of freedom involved in that. I was able to go to the movie if I wanted to. I was able to go to the restaurant if I wanted to, which, I was restricted from doing for almost 2 years.
Wow. Now, when you talk to young golfers, just about, an overall outlook on their career, or you give them advice entering a major, what kind of gems do you give them?
Well, I think from preparation wise for a major, your preparation is different than it is, I think, a lot of the other golf courses because there's usually a lot more dependency on accuracy off the tee. The greens are usually a lot faster. When you miss a green, if you short side yourself, it's almost impossible to get it up and down. So the preparation there, I think, is more where do you want to miss it? Try to get your driving in shape so that you feel a little more confident every time you get a tee shot. So I think from that standpoint, those are the only gems that you can give anyone, is that preparation for a golf course that you see maybe once every 10 years or maybe the first time ever is more important.
Larry, you're saying you were a pitcher when you played baseball. When we watch celebrity golf tournaments, it always tends to be like you watch John Smoltz, Tom Glavine.
Yeah.
Pitchers tend to be excellent golfers. Do you know why? Is there a secret sauce in there?
Well, they have a lot more free time than the catchers and the shortstops do, for one thing. Yeah, they pitch maybe once a week, every 5 days or whatever. And then, they have some time in between. So I think just the fact that they do have a little bit more time when they go to Chicago or they go to LA, they go wherever, they have a little bit more time to kind of a lot more free time. So that's probably spent on the golf course. But, I started playing golf late in life. And I think because of the baseball that I played and some of the other things, I think golf the swing was relatively easy to get a hold of. Hockey players are usually good golfers too.
Yeah.
They have a stick in their hand all the time. So I've known some really good hockey players that were really good golfers. So I think anytime that you have a stick in your hand or a club in your hand or whatever, it gets you to kind of pick up the game pretty quick.
Absolutely. Folks, a hero for our country, a hero on the golf course, Mr. Larry Nelson. Larry, thank you so much for joining us here at the World Golf Hall of Fame today.
Well, it's great. I'm sorry for the little hiccup there, but I'm not a computer genius, but we did get it. We did get it right. So
absolutely, and after editing, nobody even knows. It's like we're magicians over here.
Hey, that sounds good. I hope I look better on the cell phone than I did on the other one, so it's okay.
Oh, he gave you the two-time champ gave you two different looks, folks. It's in his blood.
That's it.
And guys, if you have not yet checked out this week's Moments That Matter show, make sure you visit the World Golf Hall of Fame on all social media platforms. Check it out. This week is letters from the great Arnold Palmer. We'll see you there.